Hello viewers, today for the initial checkout we have one of two Sharp air conditioners. This is the units from the video entitled The Dull Air Conditioner Adventure or something like that. So I have two of these. They are identical machines that I purchased from what I believe is the original owner. They are the Sharp CF-608M6, and here's the informations. 6,500 BTU, so they got quite a bit of power for the size and weight. These are not heavy at all. 6.3 amps, R22. Low pressures, and the date is 89D, so I would imagine April of 1989. Made in Japan, so it's probably a really good quality piece. Japan always seems to make good stuff. I really can't think of the last time I had something made in Japan that wasn't what it should be. I would argue that some of the stuff that was made in Japan like in the 90s and the early 2000s was actually better than some of the stuff made here in America. I think the stuff made in America got cheaper much sooner than the stuff made in Japan. I have a Sharp air conditioner. One of the Sharp air conditioner I got before these two is there was a 12,000 unit. Actually it's right over here. This 12,000 unit. I used it in the kitchen for a while last year. That thing rips. What a great air conditioner. So I imagine that these will be the same. Nice brown cover in the front. Classic 80s styling. A register that tilts so you can blow the air away from the evaporator. You can change the angles. Move all that stuff around. Simple control set. Continuous duty. We've got 3 cooling speeds, and then the basic fan, and then this which turns the fan off with the compressor when the temperature satisfies. This continuous compressor setting to me is absolutely phenomenal, because we do get a lot of nights around here that are in the 60s but they're very damp, and so you want to run the compressor but you can't because it's out of the temperature range, and this simple function completely solves that problem. The units appear to be in great shape. You can still see through the condenser. I mean, it's definitely got some dirt in there, but the condenser seems to be generally pretty clean. And yeah, there you go. See, it's pretty clean. And the rust on the condenser is very minimal. Doesn't seem to be bad at all. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, even all the way down to the bottom. With a cool Sharp logo there. Whole condenser's in pretty good shape because it's got the guard on there. I believe these were taken care of, because when I bought them, the guy was particular about showing me how to take the filter out and clean it, and he said that he cleans it every year, and I tend to believe that because it is clean, and the coil itself is clean. Wait, here's the, come on. Oh, it's like stuck on there, but there's the filter. It's pretty clean, and the coil, I mean, it's got some dust on it because those filters aren't 100%, but this coil is definitely one that sat behind the filter. You can see that above the filter there where it's, you know, so it definitely, it was kept clean within reason. And it's got some dirt down there at the bottom and some rust here on the side, but the coils itself, tubes and everything, I mean, there's not much rust to speak of. So this is quality Japanese manufacturing right here. It's getting dusty inside. I think the fan probably needs to be cleaned. It actually looks like it's got to be cleaned pretty badly. So the performance might not be quite what it should be from the airflow side of things, but I think these will be really good machines. If they're anything like the other Sharp that I have, it's good stuff. So, at least the bedroom is covered. These work. I tested them at the time of the purchase. So, whoops, I have vintage units for the bedroom that are ready to go immediately. So now the only problem is still the living room. The compressor is also made in Japan, so it probably still works, and it still works very well, and it will for a long time. I can't really tell what the brand is. I don't know. Come on, bro. Focus. Well, we're almost there. Something electric. This is just not going to cooperate. There we go. Matsushita. So it is a Japanese compressor. So just like the Japanese engines, it'll last a long time. Alright, let's turn these around and get it going. It is complete with the side curtains. And those two are in decent shape. No holes or anything. I'm sure the plastic is getting a little brittle from the sunlight and so forth, but it's all there and it's intact, so good stuff. Good stuff. One of the things I thought odd is that the plug is just straight. Usually these are always the angled kind, the 90-degree angle. "18 gauge cord. It's very thick though, and absolutely zero molded plug issues. Looks brand new. Okay, we're testing at 119.3 the volts. Go over to amps and we'll start with just the fan. So that's the low fan setting, and the air output is good. It fills the whole register with decent force. The airflow out of the condenser is pretty reasonable, and that's drawing 0.56 amps, so that's going to be a PSC motor most likely. Power factor is 0.99, so it's definitely a PSC motor. And this actually makes a really big difference as far as the direction of the airflow goes. It definitely pushes it out to the side very nicely. So this should cool the room very evenly. Medium. There is a considerable difference in the amount of air being moved. And high. The best variant in speeds, but it is noticeable. Definitely better than what you get on the junk of today. Alright, here we go with the compressor. The vane is very shattery. .2 amps. Oh gosh, that sounds horrid. What on earth? It's working, it's getting cold. It just sounds horrible. I imagine that's going to have to go away, because this probably hasn't been running a long time. You hear the head pressure going up. I don't know why that sounds so bad still. Definitely cooling. There we go, just starting to sound a little better. Maybe something got the lubrication that needed it. Still doesn't sound great, but it's better. We have 45 coming out of there, and we have got 63 going in, so it's right around where it should be. Oil is getting cold all the way down to the bottom. Jeez, that compressor is an atrocity. Still holding its temperature down to 42 now. And the compressor just became content. Much better. Now it sounds nice. There's some air kicking out the side here, so I don't know, something's weird about the way that fan is. I wonder if it's doing that on the other side too. Nope. It's getting warm out the back, and this is freezing coming out. $34. Got some 20s at the top there. And we're up into the 50s down at the bottom, so it's still pretty high superheat, but it's probably still building head pressure. I'll let it sit for a while and then we'll come back on the video. It's been running for about 15 minutes now, and we're getting 33, 32 across the whole register. And the coil is also in the 30s all the way through. Going back cold to the compressor like it should be. A little bit of frost appearing on the loops, but I'm not surprised considering it's only in the 60s down here and the fan is dirty and the coil is kind of dirty too. Nice and hot out the back, and our compressor temperature is, looks like 131 is the highest reading I can get, so that's pretty reasonable. So it looks like this checks out and is working properly, which is no real surprise. And it seems like it's in pretty good condition for the age. You know, this thing is over 30 years old. It's impressive. Good stuff. Alright, let's shut it off and see if it makes any interesting refrigerant sounds. Oh, power draw, only 5 amps. For something that actually just plain works, that's not bad at all. And the compressor has not made any more weird noises. It's been stable the way it is ever since it stopped making that weird noise the first time. Yeah, a little bit of frost there, but I'm not worried about it. It's cold down here. It's really cold down here. It's in the 60s. I think it has a full charge for sure. Nice and cold through. And it's coming out freezing, literally.